is done for the season. Irsay added that the rookie quarterback is expected to undergo shoulder surgery within the next 9 days. And Lions running back David Montgomery suffered what head coach Dan Campbell is calling a rib cartilage issue in Detroit's win over the Buccaneers. Campbell says Montgomery will be out for a little bit. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. In the process, started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. Timeshare is the only thing that you can buy that you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check to fill out any amount they want for annual maintenance and assessment fees. The crazy thing is, this never ends. Even when you die, your family's now going to be stuck with this burden. Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call for your free information kit. 800-462-3333. That's 800-462-3333. 800-462-3333.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I think that guy kind of sounds like he ought to be sheriff in some border county in Texas. What's going on in the world? All sorts of things. In our once and occasional feature, Crime Watch, 3 people recently pulled over in an RV in Nebraska were found with 1,500 pounds of marijuana. Now, the RV had California plates. It was packed with 39 duffel bags of weed. I figure it's probably just a misunderstanding because, of course, in California, 39 duffel bags of pot in your RV doesn't mean you're a drug trafficker. That's strictly personal use, right? Coming up, a look at world and California news, local news, sports, financial news, weather. We will celebrate some birthdays as well. We've got it all heading your way. And, in case you're wondering, Taco Bell has the shortest wait at the fast food drive-thru. I didn't know that. Yeah, Taco Bell, it's one of our guilty pleasures, isn't it? It's not Mexican food, but it's Taco Bell. Anyway, QRS Magazine is out with a report that found Taco Bell drive-thru customers wait an average of about 4 minutes. I'm usually not concerned about the wait in the drive-thru. Just kind of let it roll. We've got birthdays to celebrate today. Our big shot birthdays. Well, let's see. Singer Russ Geiger of the Association is 80. Actor Joe Morton, 76. Mindy of Mork and Mindy fame, Pam Dauber, is 73 today. Actor John Lindstrom, 66. Actor Jean-Claude Van Damme, I use that term loosely, is 63. Jazz trumpeter Wynton Marsalis, 62. Actor Vincent Spano, 61. Actor Joy Bryant, 49. Actor Wesley Littleton is 42. Actor Frida Pinto is 39. Actor Zac Efron, 36. Actor Joy Lauren, 34. Actor Tyler Posey, 32. Actor Toby Regbo is 32. We've got local birthdays, too.
It's Imperial Tiger Football streaming live on the web. George Grahaba and Mickey Dale will be Mike's side to bring you all the action. Tiger Football live on KXORadio.com. Imperial Tiger Football is brought to you by
Stan's Auto Body, Derma's Floor Covering, Brickhouse Coffee, and Brickhouse Deli.
Okay, make a note. It will be Imperial and Central tomorrow. Mickey and George will have the game for you on the KXO YouTube channel. Okay? And when the NFL Thursday night game is over, we will join the Tigers, Spartans, in progress on AM 1230. So you can catch it live from the beginning on our YouTube channel. It's free. Happy birthday, Kay Creed, Albert Anthony Espinosa, Ruby Plott, Angie Duenas, Selma Pacheco, Sharon Fernandez Amudio, Evan Rivers, Bertha Fernandez Rascon, Sergio Cardenas, Samantha Talamentes, and Stephanie Verwer. Happy birthday from KXO. And we were talking football. Got to talk about my grandson, JJ. Timothy Warren Lonis III, as we call him in the family, JJ, was playing flag football in the Nebraska State Special Olympics tournament on Saturday. JJ played 2 games and scored. Discrepancy here. He says 11 touchdowns. My daughter said 8. He scored 8 on offense, 3 on defense, according to JJ. So, anyway, way to go, Jay. And, well, unfortunately, his team lost, but you just move right along. He's already started basketball practice. So, anyway, congratulations, Jay. As some of the moms at the game on Saturday, he's now called Wheels. Yes, something he inherited from his grandfather. Fastest kid out there. Yeah. We've got news. We're going to jump in with a look at World and California news headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. Lock. They are your year-round comfort specialist. You remember, when it comes to air conditioning, you got a friend in the business at Lock.
New special report. President Biden's just wrapped up meetings with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, the nation's lawmakers, and military leaders in Tel Aviv.
While it may not feel that way today, Israel must again be a safe place for the Jewish people. And I promise you, we're going to do everything in our power to make sure that it will be.
Mr. Biden telling reporters he'll ask Congress for an unprecedented U.S. support package for Israel later this week. He addressed yesterday's massive explosion that killed more than 470 Palestinians at a hospital in Gaza City.
Based on the information we've seen to date, it appears the result of an errant rocket fired by a terrorist group in Gaza.
Hamas has blamed Israel. President Biden acknowledged Palestinian people are suffering greatly, and he's pushing for aid.
Today, I asked the Israeli cabinet, who I met with for some time this morning, to agree to the delivery of life-saving humanitarian assistance to civilians in Gaza.
CBS News Special Report. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer and get special pricing on cooling and heating tune-ups all year long. Call today to become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock VIPs receive discounted service and maintenance, discounted repairs, and priority service with prompt service. Lock Air Conditioning is your local York dealer, but they repair it all. So when the need arises, don't hesitate to call Lock Air Conditioning at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock, the only name in air conditioning for over 40 years. York, install with confidence. Contractor's license number 696216.
California headline news. U.S. House members set to vote again this morning in hopes of selecting a new speaker. Jim Jordan of Ohio falling well short of the needed votes Tuesday. California's Kevin McCarthy is signing blame.
Every single Democrat and 8 Republicans voted to shut down one branch of government. That is why we're here today.
McCarthy selected speaker after 15 rounds of voting back in January, but removed from the speakership earlier this month. State Attorney General Rob Bonta warning manufacturers, distributors, and sellers of food packaging and cookware to disclose the presence of dangerous PFAS.
The dangers of PFAS are crystal clear. It's on all of us to make sure we end the proliferation of PFAS and avoid exposure.
New state statute restricts the presence of PFAS in food packaging. They're highly toxic fluorinated chemicals that build up in our bodies, never break down in the environment. The widow of a guitar technician for the rock band Kiss suing its lead members, accusing them of not giving her 51-year-old husband time to get treated for COVID when he came down with the illness 2 years ago. He later died. Jeff Scott, California News.
World and California news headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. For repair, for replacement, call the experts. Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal.
KXO AM 1230 has a special treat for Halloween. We'll give you a chance to win Weird But True World 2024. It's another great book from National Geographic Kids. Discover Earth's strangest natural wonders, animals, festivals, and more. Weird But True World 2024. It's a big hardcover book that kids of any age will enjoy, and you can win your very own copy. Listen to AM 1230 when you hear. And be caller number 13 at 760-352-1230 and win. It's easy, it's fun, and you could win. Listen for. And call 352-1230. Good luck.
And it's page one of the local news. Page one is service of El Centro Motors, Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers with 3 locations to serve you. At El Centro Motors, in the Brawley Auto Center, Highway 86 and Julia Drive, and at the Imperial Valley Mall. Well, the city of El Centro got a substantial grant. George Gale has the story.
It is to beautify the downtown town square. A grant was awarded by Caltrans. The $4,782,000 is for the El Centro Embelleza El Centro Downtown Project. Funds are part of the Clean California Local Grant Program. The Embelleza project includes a food truck court within the town square, murals, gateway signs, a curb inlet screen protectors, tamper-proof trash and recycling receptacles, new LED lights, and new benches. El Centro Mayor Martha Cardenas Singh says she and Mayor Pro Tem Sylvia Marroquin committed to improving downtown El Centro 2 years ago. She said they are thrilled to have been awarded this grant. The funds will cover the total amount needed for the renovation project. Project is expected to start in late 2024. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
Well, El Centro residents are invited to apply for a seat on the soon-to-be-formed Imperial County Healthcare District. One appointment is by the County Public Health Department. The Public Health Director will appoint an El Centro resident to the new board. The application process is available on the Health Department website. The Salton Sea Board of Directors meeting is set for tomorrow. They'll meet at the North Shore Beach and Yacht Club. You can attend in person. The meeting starts at 10 a.m., or you can attend on Zoom. Agendas, supplemental information, and Zoom information available on the Salton Sea Board of Directors website. KXO News Time, 7:42. Before you head out on the road, head into El Centro Motors Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. Ask for the works. Trained technicians will change the oil using up to 6 quarts of synthetic blend oil. Change the filter, rotate the tires, top off the fluids, check the belts, hoses, battery, and brakes, all for one low price. It's the works at Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers, at El Centro Motors, the Imperial Valley Mall, and the Brawley Auto Center, or with their new mobile service wherever you are. Well, an arson suspect is in custody. George has that story.
There were several reports of the fire at just before 6 p.m. Saturday. A fire was reported near Highway 111 and McCabe Road. Imperial County Sheriff's deputies responded to the scene and interviewed witnesses to the fire. Some of those interviewed reported seeing a man walking from the scene. They identified the man as Troy Rittenhouse. The man was located down the road. He was detained and questioned. Rittenhouse was eventually placed under arrest. He was booked into county jail, charged with arson. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
Well, All Souls Day, or Dia de los Muertos, is coming up, and preparations are underway in many areas. Altars and other memorials being constructed, and if you're bringing decorations or other plant additions from Mexico, you could lose them at the border. Customs and Border Protection is reminding the public many agriculture-based products cannot be brought into the U.S. Citrus-based products such as orange jasmine are prohibited because of the Wanlongbing threat. Be sure to check with CBP before purchasing items. Some common flowers and ornamental greenery also prohibited. That's it for page one of the local news. Page one of service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. They've got 3 locations to serve you. Quick Lane, they service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment.
Here at your local grocery outlet, we know the holidays are approaching fast. You have a lot of things to think about. Get-togethers, celebrations, guests, relatives, gifts, food. Self-care isn't too high on the list this time of year. Stay ahead of the holidays and stop by our health and beauty aisle. Hair care, skin care, vitamins, first aid, everything you need, all at amazing low prices. Visit Grocery Outlet today, your one-stop self-care neighborhood shop. Grocery Outlet, Bargain Market.
Well, it's page two of the local news and weather, all brought to you by the Imperial Valley Food Bank, fighting hunger in Imperial County since 1991. Well, there was a shooting in Calexico, a house shot at. George Gale has more.
It happened late last week. Shots were fired at a home in the 900 block of Nosotros Street in Calexico. 3 suspects were later taken into custody. At last word, a 4th suspect was still outstanding. 2 of those in custody are 16-year-olds. 3rd suspect in custody is a 33-year-old. It is suspected the incident is gang-related. Because there was a child in the house at the time of the shooting, suspects are facing a charge of attempted murder. No injuries were reported. For Kxo Local News, I'm George Gale.
An El Centro man was arrested after threatening an Uber driver. The rideshare driver called police at about 11:39 Monday evening, reported that his passenger threatened him with a knife. When the passenger became upset that the driver would not take him to a different location, the passenger fled the area on foot, but police were able to locate him hiding under a car in the 700 block of Heil Street. The 50-year-old suspect was arrested and booked into Imperial County Jail on charges of brandishing a weapon. The rideshare driver was not injured. Well, U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers have recovered Totoaba swim bladders at the Port of San Luis. George Gale has more.
The Totoaba fish is an endangered species under U.S. Endangered Species Act. The swim bladders are prized in traditional Chinese medicine and as an Asian cultural delicacy. It is illegal to take, possess, transport, or sell Totoaba in both the U.S. and Mexico. The use of gillnet fish in the Gulf of California has led to the loss of not only Totoaba, but also the endangered Vaquita porpoise. 91 swim bladders were concealed in a commercial shipment of frozen fish fillet. CBP contacted the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service to take possession of the bladders. According to CBP, this is one of the largest commercial seizures of its kind in the U.S., and the second largest is in Arizona. The swim bladders have an estimated value of $900,000 to over $1.3 million. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
Well, October is National Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and you can be a hero for a cause. It's the second Festival Against Domestic Violence. It'll be held Saturday on the grounds of the Imperial County Superior Courthouse on Main Street in El Centro. Attendees encouraged to dress as your favorite superhero. Coming up, we'll take a look at the weather. Get ready.
This is Sarah Griffin with the Imperial Valley Food Bank. Food has the power to fuel communities, especially for those struggling to find their next meal. As the main distribution center of donated food in Imperial County, we store, rescue, and purchase food in bulk to serve 25,000 people each month at over 30 locations. Join the fight against hunger and food insecurity in the Imperial Valley by donating online today at www.ivfoodbank.org.
The National Weather Service says continued high pressure will help keep temperatures well above normal through the remainder of this week. Near or record-breaking daytime highs are possible for the next several days. Temperatures begin to trend downward starting this weekend, nearing more normal and even below normal levels by Monday. 99 the high in the valley yesterday, 64 the overnight low. Sunny today with a high near 100. West-southwest wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming northeast this afternoon. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 69. West wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming southeast. Thursday will be sunny with a high near 102. West wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming south later in the morning. 66 degrees downtown, 35% relative humidity. Wind out of the west, 3 to 5 miles an hour. Page 2 of the local news presented by the Imperial Valley Food Bank, fighting hunger in Imperial County since 1991. Become a hunger warrior. Contact the Imperial Valley Food Bank.
In Big Tobacco's Fantasyland, children are the future. Here, tobacco companies are committed to higher education, offering scholarships to students who submit essays about the benefits of vaping. The tobacco industry even sponsors summer camps for kids. Don't worry, the tobacco-sponsored programs have been linked to leaving your kids more interested in smoking. In Big Tobacco's Fantasyland, the world's deadliest industry is your child's friend.
See reality at undo.org.
Your small business is always top of mind. Well, top of your mind. To get it to the top of other people's minds, you need to get your name out front, which is where Staples Print and Marketing Services can put it. A yard sign over there, brochures right here, a banner up there. In fact, your business's message could appear anywhere. And right now at Staples, get $100 off your print purchase of $250 or more. Make a splash with your small business print and marketing materials at Staples. Ends 11/4. Visit staples.com/print for details.
And it's time for sports, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best care. The Phillies ripped the Diamondbacks 10-zip. Yeah. The Phillies, they look like a bunch of beer league players, but they certainly know how to win. And Kyle Schwarber tied Reggie Jackson's mark as the Phillies take that 2-zip lead in the National League Championship Series. Yeah, what can I say? Kyle Schwarber, the new Mr. October. And coming up today, it's Game 2 of the American League Championship Series. The Astros and the Rangers will tee it up. And that game right now, actually, it's Game 3. Texas leads that series 2-zip. Yeah, so what can I say?
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all of your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Raleigh, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all Pioneer services, visit www.pmhd.org today.
Well, let's switch over to the NFL. Niners running back Christian McCaffrey avoided a long-term injury, and he's got a chance to play Monday night against the Vikings. According to sources, McCaffrey suffered an oblique rib injury in Sunday's loss to the Browns. He underwent an MRI Monday, and, he may be able to play. Wide receiver Julio Jones, a 7-time Pro Bowl selection, signed a 1-year contract with the Eagles yesterday. Jones, 34, will be reunited with former Tennessee Titans teammate A.J. Brown, who pushed for Tennessee to trade for him in 2021. The Eagles recently placed wide receiver Quez Watkins on injured reserve with a hamstring injury, and are looking for Julio Jones to fill the void. And Jacksonville Jaguars quarterback Trevor Lawrence said that his left knee has improved rapidly over the past 2 days, and he's optimistic he'll be able to play in tomorrow night's game against New Orleans. We've got game tomorrow night. What we will have are the Broncos and the Chiefs. No, I'm sorry. We'll jump ahead. We'll have the Jaguars and the Saints Thursday night football on AM 1230, the Jaguars and the Saints. And we will have that game. Also, we've got high school football tomorrow night. It will be Central at Imperial. Mickey Dale, George Grahava will bring you that game live on the KXO YouTube channel. You can listen on YouTube. It's free. No big deal. Just tune into the YouTube channel. And we will join it in progress on AM 1230 at the end of the NFL football game. Also tomorrow night, Calexico will be in Brawley to take on the Wildcats. Friday night, Kearney at Calipatria, Vincent Memorial at Holtville. John Driflin and I will be in Blythe. The Southwest Eagles, Palo Verde Valley Yellow Jackets will be live on AM 1230 and on the KXO YouTube channel. That's it for Sports Time. Brought to you this morning by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers. Thank you for choosing Imperial Printers Rocket Copy. In today's highly competitive business climate, your company's image is important. The printed materials your company uses conveys a major part of that image. Our graphic designers have the talent and expertise to create a lasting impression for your business. Imperial Printers Rocket Copy offers virtually any type of business solution to meet your needs, from business cards and stationery to computer forms, full-color brochures, and posters. Let our excellent service and attention to detail provide the best impression for you. Locally owned and operated, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy has locations near you at 430 West Main Street and 100 South 11th Street in El Centro and 184 South Plaza in Brawley. Financial news and a brief look at the weather brought to you by Southwest Security, a locally owned company protecting you and your property. Southwest Security also offers live scan fingerprinting to the public. What's going on? U.S. home building bounced back in September after dropping in August to its lowest level since 2020 as mortgage rates climbed. Housing starts, a measure of new home construction, jumped 7% above the revised August estimate. Starts rose to a seasonally adjusted annual rate of 1.358 million last month, falling short of expectations, according to data released by the U.S. Commerce Department. And the Biden administration is reducing the types of semiconductors that American companies will be able to sell to China, citing the desire to close loopholes in existing regulations announced last year. The Commerce Department unveiled new rules that further tighten a sweeping set of export controls, first introduced in October of 2022. The updated rules will increase effectiveness of our controls and further shut off pathways to evade our restrictions. And crude oil prices surging after the deadly Gaza hospital blast as Iran reportedly calls for an Israel oil embargo. Taking a look at the big board right now, the Dow down 181 points at 33,817. The S&P 500 off 36 at 4337. The Nasdaq down 141 points at 13,393. Meanwhile, gold up $22.10 an ounce, and oil up $1.31 a gallon. Actually, that's a barrel, but it's up $1.31 a gallon at the pump.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. 2 years ago, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. So if you're tired of dealing with the inconvenience of our post office hours and you would like to be able to get your mail when you want, Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, in the middle of the night, then come visit us at Southwest Postal with 24-hour staff. Plus, we're also your local FedEx, DHL, and Postal Service Center. We even offer text message and email notification when you receive your mail. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
We'll have sunny skies today with a high near 100, west-southwest wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming northeast this afternoon. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 69, west wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming southeast. Thursday, sunny with a high near 102, west wind about 5 miles an hour, then becoming south. 67 degrees downtown, 44% relative humidity. Right now, the wind is calm. Financial news and the weather brought to you by Southwest Security Services, offering 24-hour-a-day post office boxes at Southwest Postal, 4th and Heil, El Centro.
Let's talk about it. Bringing community mental health issues to your radio. Listen each Sunday morning to KXO AM 1230 at 7 a.m. or on Sunday evening at 7 p.m. on FM 107.5. Or log on to KXORadio.com for a podcast of the show in its entirety. This program is produced by the Public Affairs Department of KXO AM 1230 and FM 107.5. Let's Talk About It is presented as a public service of Imperial County Behavioral Health Services.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO El Centro on AM 1230. KXO.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Steve Kathan. President Biden says he's seen the evidence, and it says it points toward the wayward rocket from the Islamic Jihad being responsible for the deadly blast at a hospital in Gaza. Speaking in Israel after meeting with Prime Minister Netanyahu, Mr. Biden said he's concerned about civilians held hostage by Hamas.
As the American president, there's no higher priority than the release and safe return of all these hostages.
Some are Americans. The president committed U.S. money for Israel and appealed for humanitarian help in Gaza.
Today, I asked the Israeli cabinet, who I've met with for some time this morning, to agree to the delivery of life-saving humanitarian assistance to civilians in Gaza, based on the understanding that there will be inspections, that the aid should go to civilians, not to Hamas.
The aid is likely to enter Gaza from Egypt. CBS's Imtiaz Tayyab.
We've been seeing protests in cities like Beirut outside the U.S. Embassy, massive protests out there. And the reason they're protesting specifically outside the U.S. Embassy is because they believe that because the president hasn't condemned the kind of violence that we've been seeing inside Gaza, that in some ways the U.S. is condoning the violence in Gaza.
The U.S. today vetoed a UN resolution condemning Hamas attacks on Israel and all violence against civilians and urging aid for Gaza. Middle East, a topic for Russia's Vladimir Putin in China.
Chinese state media report President Xi Jinping and his Russian counterpart exchanged views on Gaza and Ukraine during 3 hours of talks in Beijing. Xi told his guests China supports Russia's security and development interests. Ukrainian forces say they're finding a growing number of Chinese components in Russian weapons, something China denies. Vicki Barker, CBS News, London.
In Washington, the question is, has Ohio Congressman Jim Jordan been able to line up any more Republican support in his bid to become Speaker of the House?
We just keep talking. I'm meeting with some members, one member now and a few members later. We've already had one member who told us that he's going to vote for us in the second round.
A second vote getting underway soon. In Alabama, the Dutch man linked to the disappearance of 18-year-old Natalie Holloway 18 years ago has pleaded guilty today to charges that he extorted her mother. X, the platform that used to be Twitter, is going to charge new users in New Zealand and the Philippines $1 a year. CBS News tech contributor Ian Scher.
Of course, many people will be able to pay for this. That isn't the point. The question is whether or not we are all going to be okay with an effective tax on an important part of the internet.
And checking Wall Street, the Dow is down 170. This is CBS News.
You need to hire? Indeed is with you every step of the way, helping you attract, interview, and hire candidates all from one place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. an agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-737-9944. That's 1-800-737-9944. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-737-9944. That's 1-800-737-9944.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
From pounding rain to blistering heat, life down on the farm has been challenging.
Another fall harvest is underway as the nation's farmers tend to their fields. West Texas peanut grower Kirk Martin expects his income to be down this year.
Our yield is definitely decreased because of the lack of rainfall this year.
Agriculture experts do expect to see a plentiful harvest of wheat, soybeans, and corn despite weather extremes. Jim Crisula, CBS News.
Amazon is following the path of CVS and others planning to deliver prescription drugs by drone. Company saying today that customers in College Station, Texas can now get prescriptions delivered by drone within an hour of placing their order. The drone's programmed to fly from a delivery center with a secure pharmacy. It'll go to the customer's address, drop to a height of 13 feet, then drop a padded package. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio with Carroll Buckley.
1230 KXO